Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, September 3rd through Sunday, September 9th, 2018. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Power Angel Tarot deck by Radleigh Valentine for the main message for everyone. Your special message card, depending on your stone of choice this week, will be coming from the Archangel Divination deck. So let's go ahead and take a look at your stones of choice. I got some new stones today and I'm excited to show you them. The first stone is azurite and malachite, and you can see the azurite is that deep, dark, beautiful blue color that relates to the third eye, and you can see little spots of the green malachite within this raw piece of azurite. Now, the azurite malachite has a calming and soothing effect to the emotions. It helps to heal on the physical and emotional level any trauma energies. It helps to enhance your psychic abilities. As I said, it relates to the third eye, and of course the malachite, the green, the heart chakra. And this also helps to release blockages that are preventing you from living the life that you want. Your second stone of choice is called shungite. Now, shungite is a black stone. It looks very similar to onyx or obsidian. The shungite helps to detoxify and purify your body by absorbing and eliminating any negative energies within the body. It is very helpful for protecting you from EMF frequencies, like computers and cell phones, etc. It's really good for psychic protection, as a lot of the black stones are. Now, it also helps to infuse your aura with light so that only positive and beneficial energies can reach your body. And then the last stone of choice, yes, you guessed it, everyone's been asking me about why I don't have a piece of this, but now I've got maybe 3 or 4 pieces because I just purchased them. This is Larimar. So just a shout out to Connie, my friend, who was asking me why don't I ever show Larimar. So here's Larimar, and this helps to heal on a physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual level. It helps to stimulate the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, and the crown chakra. So opening up all of those energy centers. It helps to bring us an energy of peace and clarity. It radiates unconditional love energy. It facilitates a sense of inner wisdom. It actually carries the healing power of the dolphins, and there is an ability to help you connect with the divine feminine energies with this. So again, your stones of choice are the azurite malachite, the shungite, or the Larimar. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the astrology for the week. There's actually a fair amount of things going on this week. We start out on Wednesday the 5th with Mercury, the planet that rules the mental realm. Rules our ideas, our thoughts, it rules communication matters, and it's moving into one of his home signs of Virgo. So Mercury in the sign of Virgo is at home here, it's comfortable here. Virgo is an energy that is very logical, very analytical. It's an earth sign, so it's a little bit more practical than the other sign that Mercury rules, which is Gemini. Gemini is more of that, you know, they're both very thought and idea oriented, but Virgo has a little bit more groundedness and practicality to it than the Gemini energies. So here we're also focusing on our powers of discernment. It's definitely about organization, mental organization, cleaning house of the mind. It's working on projects, it's having ideas that are practical. And again, we're needing to use discernment in making certain decisions with this. Again, a very logical and analytical placement here for Mercury. And it will be here for the next, few days, up until about 3 weeks or so. On Thursday the 6th, Saturn, which is the planet that rules stability and manifestation, the third dimensions, but it also has that kind of challenge of ruling this energy of restriction, limitation, and karma. And it is moving back to direct motion at 2 degrees of Capricorn. Now, while Saturn was retrograde, just as when any planet turns retrograde, it kind of internalizes the energy of that planet. So here, with Saturn being the great teacher, the teacher of lessons, it internalized that energy, so that we needed to look at some of the lessons that we as human beings on a personal and individual level we're going through, some of the maybe the karmic patterns that we're playing out. Now that Saturn's turning back to direct motion, that energy is still there, but it's now projected more outward in our everyday environment, our interactions with other people, within situations that we're in. Now again, though, remember, Saturn has that ability to create structure and form and to stabilize something and to bring something into manifestation. And this is going to be especially important as we move to Friday the 7th, because Mercury, newly in the sign of Virgo, an earth sign, is going to be in a positive connection with Uranus, which is in earth sign Taurus, and then in a positive connection with Saturn, which is in earth sign Capricorn on that day. Now we're going to feel this on Thursday as well, because these aspects happen very early Friday morning Eastern time. So I want to say pay attention to this Thursday as Saturn moves to direct motion, which is going to, by the way, kind of intensify the energies of Saturn because he's changing directions. With Mercury making what's called a Grand Trine in the earth signs, again, Mercury in earth sign Virgo, trining Uranus in earth sign Taurus, trining Saturn in earth sign Capricorn. This is helping us to create a bridge between the past, which is Saturn, and the future, which is Uranus. Now, how are we doing that? Through our ideas, through our communications, which is Mercury. Mercury is the fast-moving planet, so he's the one kind of setting this energy into motion. So any ideas or plans or communications or meetings or networking or anything to do with that Mercury, anything that needs to be done like that, it would be a great time to do it this week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I would say are the days that you really want to focus on making decisions or having plans move forward, taking some sort of action to bring something into manifestation. And if you're struggling on a mental level, which again, Mercury rules the mental realm, if you're struggling with that Virgo, or even before, before Mercury went into Virgo, if you're struggling at all with any kind of negative thinking, it's time to really change that. It's time to really turn it around. Leave the past behind. Saturn's the past. Saturn's that restrictive energy. And move into a futuristic and more positive way of thinking, expanding your sense of the big picture of what can be accomplished, which is more of that Uranus energy. Uranus is, to me, the God mind energy, and open up that crown chakra, opening up that portal to higher dimensional energies. So that's where you want your mind to go during those 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Also on Friday the 7th, the Sun, which is in Virgo as well, is opposing Neptune, which is in Pisces. Now that can bring some possible communication confusion, or situational confusion, or unclarity regarding something, or a feeling of confusion about your self-identity, because the Sun rules our personality and our identity. However, I want to say that I feel like that Neptune there can also bring something magical, especially with that Grand Trine in Earth. So I feel like the Sun opposing Neptune here also, again, can bring something very magical but yet practical into your reality. So have the intention and the vision and the thought that that is what it's going to do. On Saturday the 8th, Venus is at the last degree of Libra, the 29th degree of Libra, and it's challenging or squaring Mars, which is at the last degree of Capricorn, or the 29th degree of Capricorn. Now, when a planet is at the last degree, the 29th degree, that is an important energy. The 0 degree point and the 29th degree point is a very important energy, because the 0 degree point is about giving new birth. But the 29th degree, the last degree of any sign, is about the ending of something, the releasing of something, the letting go of something. So here, with the lovers, Venus and Mars, and they're challenging one another at that last degree. There's something within probably relationship matters. Now, it doesn't have to be necessarily romantic, Libra does rule all kinds of one-on-one relationships, and Mars is in the sign of Capricorn here, which is about business and career. So this can also be business partnerships or career or job relationships, although it could also be romantic partnerships. And there's some sort of challenging energy here. The very next day on Sunday, the 9th, Venus then moves into Scorpio. Now, it will be in next week's reading where Mars will leave the sign of Capricorn, being at that last degree, because it's slower moving than Venus, and it will move back into Aquarius, but we'll talk about that next week. But now Venus is moving into Scorpio very early Sunday morning Eastern time. And, you know, Venus does rule money as well. But while she was in Libra, she had to focus on partnerships. Now that she's moving into Scorpio, and Scorpio is one of the signs that rules money and finance, usually it's about other people's money, other people's finance, inheritance, you know, things of that nature. There's going to be a focus now for the next few weeks, and actually a longer time than normal, with Venus in the sign of Scorpio, because she's going to go in a retrograde motion a little bit later on in Scorpio. So she'll be there longer than she is usually in a sign. There's going to be more of a focus now on money and finances. But Scorpio also rules transformation, and Venus still is a planet that rules relationships. So this can be about transformation within relationships and partnerships of all kinds. This can be a transformation within regards to our sense of self-worthiness, which Venus also rules, our sense of self-worth. This can be about secrets too. This can be about secrets or our sense of power or disempowerment within certain situations or relationships, because that's the Scorpio energy. So there's a lot going to be happening here with Venus and Scorpio for the next few weeks. Also on Sunday, a new moon at 17 degrees of Virgo. Okay, so that means that as we're approaching Friday, Saturday, Sunday here, we're in the dark of the moon phase before the new moon in Virgo on Sunday afternoon Eastern time. So that's a time of releasing, that's a time of healing, that's a time where emotional things start to come up, and especially with it being in Virgo, the dark of the moon is going to be in Virgo because that's where the new moon is at 17 degrees Virgo. So we might really go through some self-critical kinds of energies on a mental level and an emotional level. We might be judging ourselves, being hard on ourselves. So, you know, again, I mentioned this so that you can try to be aware of that and not do that. Instead, use that Virgo energy to discern, why am I feeling this way? Why are these thoughts coming up? Why are these belief systems, these patterns that maybe I've carried around, why are they there? And allow it to be a healing time, allow it to be a releasing time. And then, of course, the new moon, as that takes place and we move into next week, we'll be then in a waxing phase of the moon where things can start to grow, where there's a new beginning here on an emotional level, but also a mental level, because Virgo is a mental sign. So, you know, the moon rules our emotions, but Virgo rules the mind. So there's a new beginning here with how to feel and how to think in regards to ourselves and our lives and our job and our life path, etc. So again, a lot going on. Some of it may feel a little challenging, but some of this is actually really good too. And there's, again, that time period with that Grand Trine where there could be some very good things that are happening here. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what our angels and guides have to say for the week. So we start out with the Ace of Michael. And the Michael suit here in this deck is the suit of swords, the suit of air. It rules the realm of the mind. So here we are again. Mercury going into Virgo. It's all about the mental realm. The message at the bottom says, a wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. So again, that when I said that Mercury and Virgo energy, you know, it can be self-critical, or the new moon in Virgo energy can be quite self-critical or self-judgmental. It can also spill out onto other people. So, you know, make sure that you're not projecting your own inner energies or thoughts or, you know, belief systems or patterns. Try not to project them onto others. Or sometimes we do project them onto others because that's how we heal, by other people being our mirror. So, just, I want to say, have an awareness. Maybe there is a projection going on, and your soul had a contract with another soul to do that, so that there could be healing, maybe on your end, maybe on their end, maybe on both ends. But also be aware that you're doing that, and also, talk about it with the other person and try to clear things up. Now, I mostly think that the Ace of Michael here, again, a new beginning with the Ace on the mental realm, can definitely be about this Mercury moving into Virgo. Virgo's full of ideas. And so I feel like we could have a new idea here in how to move forward or how to proceed on our path. Maybe it's in career, maybe it's with projects, with our goals, with our destiny path in general, and moving forward. So make sure to not allow any challenges. Again, with Saturn kind of making it shift, we're going to feel that. Don't allow any challenges to hinder your progress in moving forward. Move through whatever challenges there is by using those powers of discernment of Virgo, and being more practically minded in a way, of course working always with spirit, the universe, God, to move forward through some of the challenges. Let's take a look at the second card here. Okay, the second card is Major Arcana number 7 and the Chariot. And the number 7 numerologically is a very internal, emotional, mental, and spiritual number all wrapped up into one. And the number 7 to me is very self-reflective. And I feel like, again, with this dark of the moon phase that we're coming into before the new moon at the end of the week, that we're in the self-reflective time. It's a time to go within. It's a time to find your own inner power. It's a time to connect with your higher soul self. And to me, the Chariot, often shown with a carriage or a chariot being drawn by 2 horses, as you see here, the angel is kind of driving it, to me is about getting ready to move forward. Now, there's a white horse here and a dark horse. This usually indicates that we have the shadow side and the higher soul self side that maybe are in conflict a little bit with one another. Something needs to come into balance. Usually one horse is going one way and one horse is trying to go the other way, so that the chariot, feels a little bit hindered from moving forward. Here, it doesn't really look like the horses are going in different directions, which is good. So here I want to say there is forward movement coming. Should you tune in to your higher soul self, your inner guidance, listen to your own inner intuition here with this 7th major arcana, so that you can move forward with whatever new ideas, new thoughts, new decisions that you might need to make. I'm really drawn to the fact that there looks like a lot of magical energy around here. There's a lot of nice little golden spots of light here that are surrounding the angel, the chariot, the horses. So again, that magical energy, the sun opposing Neptune, to me, has that magical effect to where, again, if you visualize, you stay positive, you intend for something, again, put out some sort of positive intention. Now, it is before the new moon that this Grand Trine in Earth happens, but I want to say put out a positive intention for healing with any challenges, situations, relationships, etc. you might be going through. And through that magical intention of healing and through that magical intention of moving forward, I feel like, that, again, this chariot and that angel driving is going to carry you onto the next step of your path. Now, the last card, 2 cards came out, so we're going to look at both of those. And here we have what's called the 3rd card, and we do have the 5 of Raphael. This is like the 5 of Cups in the traditional tarot. The 5s sometimes pose a challenge. The 5 can be, numerologically speaking, some chaotic energy or confusing energy. And here we're in the realm of our emotions and relationships. The card or the message at the bottom says, everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness and search for the silver lining. So this definitely could be related to the Venus squaring Mars, the thing that I said that the lovers are in conflict with one another. There might be some sort of challenge with partnerships, romantic, business, maybe family, maybe friendship. Or there might just be some sort of situation that kind of catches you off guard emotionally, or doesn't unfold the way you thought, or turns out, different, based on a decision or maybe even a lack of decision. So again, it's almost like I hear your angels and guides saying, you know, and they're using the phrase, don't cry over spilt milk. So it's like, you know, don't look at the negative, basically. You know, don't look at the negative. Look at whatever opportunities for change this is creating for you. So it feels like something may not work out the way you thought, but yet there's some sort of gift or blessing that comes out of it if you look for it and if you stay in that mindset of, you know, being open and aware to what that might be. Okay, let's look at that last card because it might probably most likely go with that Five of Raphael to give clarity. Okay, major, I'm not surprised to see this. Major Arcana number 18, the moon. And we are having a new moon at the end of the week. Now this is ruled by Archangel Haniel, which, by the way, I didn't say the chariot is ruled by Archangel Metatron. But Archangel Haniel, you know, rules the subconscious realm. It rules our healing and psychic abilities, you know, our abilities to really tune into our own inner self, basically. The message at the bottom says, the opportunity to improve your plans. So that goes along with what we say here. Everything happens for a reason with the Five of Raphael. Release regrets and embrace the opportunities for happiness. And here we say the opportunity to improve your plans. So whatever's happening here, there's something better. There's something better coming. It says, listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. Again, we have that inner intuition and focusing and tuning into your higher soul self. Face your fears and grow stronger. The moon often, because it rules the subconscious, does bring up the shadow side, or brings up our fears, or brings up our insecurities, if you will. And again, with the dark of the moon phase before the new moon, that often happens whenever we have that time before the new moon. It brings up emotional stuff for healing, okay? And so this is definitely something that we're healing here with the Five of Raphael and the moon card on an emotional level. Now, I wanted to go back and just briefly say, they're wanting me to say something about Archangel Metatron here with the chariot. Archangel Metatron can help us tune into our Akashic records. Okay, so in moving forward here, the potential of moving forward with this magical energy in the middle of the week, ask for Archangel Metatron to assist you in connecting to your own Akashic records as far as any patterns or belief systems that might need to be healed or changed, past lives that you may need to be made aware of in some way, and or your gifts, talents, and abilities, because the Akashic records is the past and the future. So ask to be, you know, connected with your gifts and talents and abilities as well. Archangel Metatron can help with that. So let's go ahead and take a look at what your special message card is depending on your stone of choice. So that first stone was the Azurite Malachite, and we're going to shuffle the Archangel deck here just a couple times. I'm going to just take a deep breath, tune in. This one's sticking up. Azurite Malachite, gentleness with Archangel Sandalphon. And that, again, that Virgo energy. Sometimes you can be perfectionistic or self-critical or hard on yourself. So the message here is to not do that. Be gentle with yourself. Be nurturing with yourself. Be loving with yourself. Archangel Sandalphon is the archangel that helps to carry our prayers and intentions to the higher realms. And the message actually says, be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. And so, to me, this is also a message to remove yourself from those people, situations, or environments that are not gentle, that are chaotic, that are confusing, that are caustic in some way. And we can't always do that, especially, like, for instance, if it's a work situation, but as much as you can, walk away from conflict, you know, don't engage in gossip, that kind of thing. This is something where you want to just, again, kind of surround yourself with that love and light and compassion and peace energy, especially for this week. I also got a flash that music might be something that's very nurturing and healing for you this week, as Archangel Sandalphon here has a, you know, a string instrument in his hand. So I want to say, meditation or listening to, whether you like Native American music or Celtic music or some sort of meditation music, could be crystal bowl music, chanting music, anything like that is going to be helpful for you in kind of going through whatever healing process you might be moving through. For those of you that chose the Shungite, let's give this a little shuffle. I'm going to close my eyes for a minute. Shungite people right here. Moon cycles, okay, interesting, because we are in a moon cycle here with Archangel Haniel. So here we have Archangel Haniel again. Very important for those of you that chose Shungite, again, the stone of protection, to call on Archangel Haniel this week to help you with any subconscious healing, emotional healing, or again, to help you to increase your psychic awareness as well. It says, notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestation, or manifestations, and capitalize upon these cycles. So this is saying that in this dark of the moon cycle would be a really good time to maybe do some sort of ceremony, write out on a piece of paper what it is you want to release, whether it's something physically, emotionally, mentally. Write it down and make a ceremony out of it. Light a candle, burn some incense, maybe take a walk in nature. Maybe after you write something out on a piece of paper, you want to burn it in a safe place, of course, or maybe you want to bury it out into the earth, since we're in an earth sign of Virgo. Whatever you're guided to do, it's a good time to capitalize again on this moon cycle and allow it to be used at its highest capacity of healing. Here we have Archangel Haniel, and she's got these beautiful, I don't know if these are doves, but she's got 3 doves or some sort of wonderful bird here around her. To me, it's like that bird of hope. There's hope here in the future, and that's the message for you, is there's hope for the future coming, okay? And Archangel Haniel is here to help you move through something and to release something and let it go so you don't have to carry it with you anymore. All right, and then of course capitalize on the fact that we have a new moon, and after the releasing ceremony and after the new moon happens, then you'll want to write out another list of what you want to give birth to, what new energy you want to give birth to. And I would say keep it more on a mental and an emotional level with the Virgo energy. So, you want to give birth to a new way of feeling, joy, happiness, a new way of thinking, in a more positive and inspired way, etc. All right. Of course, you can write down any physical manifestations that you would like to bring in as well with the new moon. So now for the Larimar people. I've had my eye here on this one, Larimar people. So let's pull that one out. You are safe with Archangel Michael, okay? Archangel Michael's strong for you this week. He's protecting you. He's guiding you. He's leading you to the next step on your destiny path. He's also the archangel that can help to clear away any challenges or pull cords between you and lower vibrational energies of any kind, whether they be situations or emotions or belief systems, etc. The message at the bottom says, I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and your home. So I just feel a sense of peace here when I see Archangel Michael. And I feel like if you call him in during your meditations or just throughout the day, maybe first thing in the morning when you're getting up in bed, Archangel Michael, please walk with me throughout the day and protect me from any lower vibrational energies or situations, and clear the way for the next step on my highest and most important destiny path, something like that. And I feel like you'll have more of a sense of peace as you move throughout your day, and you'll feel his presence. I really feel like you'll feel his presence. And they're showing me this color blue here, which is often when we see like an indigo blue light energy, that is often Archangel Michael's energy. That's his color. So kind of visualize, maybe you want to wear that color, or maybe you want to wear an azurite or a lapis, or something of that color in a jewelry setting as well. But feel like calling in Archangel Michael, and if you see that color or sense that color, you'll know that he's around and protecting you and guiding you. So I hope you have all liked this weekly angel card reading. Be sure to also watch the monthly angel card reading for the month of September. That's also up on the YouTube channel as well. And thank you so much for sharing the video, commenting on the videos, subscribing to my channel. I love you all very dearly, and you've been part of my lives here for a long time, and following my own personal journey. So thank you for all the support. I send you all lots of love and light and many, many angel blessings.